so much fun. This movie's so much fun.
Thank you.
I thought it was brilliant. It's a great heist movie. One thing that I noticed right away is that I felt like everything, it seemed like everything was like practical.
Well,
right?
I mean, there is a lot that is practical, and of course, there's digital extensions and so forth, and a lot of great visual effects work coming out of ILM. But as much of this is tactile and accessible to the actors as possible, because I really wanted this movie to feel as grounded as possible, and that's sort of the way they approach these movies at
Absolutely.
Lucasfilm, and I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Now, you worked with George a long time ago on Willow,
Yeah.
one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, and even longer ago on American Graffiti.
American Graffiti, yeah. So with that being said, how long have you wanted to do a Star Wars movie?
Well, you know what? To be honest, I haven't wanted to do
Really?
a Star Wars movie. No, I love them. I mean, I admire them. I appreciate them as a fan. But I've always been so busy with everything going on at Imagine Entertainment, and I also always felt like, well, that's a huge, massive commitment and a real high wire act. But there was something kind of liberating about the circumstance of coming in.
Sure.
Creative differences with Phil and Chris and Lucasfilm and Disney, unfortunate as hell. Once I knew they were going to make a change, and I read this script, I thought, well, I've never wanted to do it, but I'm friends with Kathy Kennedy. I'm friends with George. I'm friends with the late Ali Shermer.
Sure.
I love this story. I get it. There are great elements here. Maybe what the hell? Maybe I'll just throw myself into it. And I did it kind of as this professional adventure, and I wound up really falling in love with it because I love the cast, and I love the creative spirit around making these movies. And it was also a lot of fun to engage in a movie that is aggressively just trying to entertain the audience and transport the audience. And it was muscles that I hadn't used in a while that I got, and I really enjoyed it.
Interesting. There's a lot of Star Wars universe deep cuts in this film, like Kira's fighting style, which is a deep cut from a video game, and stuff with the Clone Wars. Now, one question that I want to know, to clear it up, when Chewbacca sets the other Wookiees free, is Mala one of them from the Star Wars Holiday Special?
I'm going to actually say no. I'm not trying not to give away too many spoilers, but I'm going to actually say no.
It's not Mala in that
It's not
scene.
Mala. No,
fair enough.
no,
Fair
no.
enough. Now, you obviously, it seems like you fell in love working on the Star Wars film. Does that want to make you come back to do another one, possibly?
I certainly would be open to it. I mean, I think the fans define pretty much all of this, and I think we're all waiting to see, how the fans feel about this movie, and I think that'll define, a lot of it. I've got a lot of interesting projects going on at Imagine. That's my home base.
Sure.
My partner Brian Grazer. But this has been a great creative experience, and if the opportunity were to present itself and make sense, I'd be hard pressed not to.
So, just out of curiosity, where would you personally want to see Han go next?
Well, I mean, there are so many possibilities, and it's kind of one of those things where sitting around waiting for shots, although there wasn't, with Bradford Young, there's not a lot of time. He moves fast. He's an indie guy. And so we were able to really make this movie at a pace. But, we mostly began to see possibilities for scenes and ideas. So I don't have a big vision as to where the plot would go, although we ultimately know where he's headed. And it would be intriguing to navigate him there. I think what I liked so much about this script is that it answers a lot of the questions a fan would have about young Han. What are some of the events or relationships that might have shaped that iconic version that we know from later movies? But it does it in ways that make sense. They're satisfying, but they're surprising.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I think that ought to be the litmus test for anything going forward. Is can you head in a direction that feels right and authentic, and do it in a surprising way?